Good day, my friend. This is Reverend James Dixon, and today I ask that you would give me 5 minutes. Our story today comes from the scriptures in which Jesus was followed by 5,000 men. And in this story here, it doesn't even include the women and children that were out in this encampment for 3 days. And he had been preaching, he had been teaching, he had been sharing with people the kingdom truths. And after 3 days, he said, hey, these folks are hungry. And so he asked, what do you have? What do we have? And his disciples said, we just have a little bit of money, but there is a lad here who has 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And Jesus blessed it, told the men to sit down, and he ordered in an orderly fashion. He had distribution of this food. And some would say, well, it is definitely a miracle that 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread would be responsible for feeding 5,000 men plus women and children. And that is true. But if you look at the end of that story, it says that they gathered up 12 baskets of fragments. They had more than what they started with, but it came in fragments. Some of you have been working out. Started out working out in 2021, maybe even in 2020, but you started working out. And you looked on the scale and you said, wow, I've actually lost some pounds. And you noticed it now because it came in fragments. It didn't come all at once. You didn't lose 12 pounds all at once. It came in fragments. Some of you are filing your taxes and you're shocked at how much money you actually made in 2020. And why is that? Because it didn't come all at once. It came in fragments. God has a way of blessing us when we use our resources to help others, to give us back what we need and to give us back more than what we had. It may not come all at one time. Some of you are thinking, oh yeah, well, God is going to bless me. And you're thinking it's going to be this big blessing. No, he promises that the windows of heaven, windows are not as big as a door, because God will allow your blessings to come as fragments. He will allow them to come in bits and pieces and bits and pieces, and he will allow them to accumulate in your life. I just want to encourage you to allow God to bless you as you bless others. And I mean, he will bless others. I never worry if I'm going to make it, because I know I always have that giving spirit of trying to help another person. When you have that going for you, understand God is never going to leave you without, but he just may put it in the form of fragments. God bless you, and thank you for listening to our broadcast. And thank you for giving me 5 minutes.